Okay, Kevin. So what if there's another follow-up question on what you are not good at? So if the interviewer asks, oh, okay, Francis, what are you not interested in doing in that job or in the work required of you? So is this question often asked, or if it is so, how would be a good answer for that?
So tell me the distinction between this and the last one, because last one you tell me you talked about what are you not good at, right?
Mm,
And this one you asking me what are you not interested in this job, right? Um, is not a regular question I get asked or I heard being asked, right? Because if you're not interested, you should not be applying. Uh, However, as we know, no job is perfect. So I would say if you ask me, what are some part of this job that you might have reservation uh, versus your own preference? Because not interested is a strong word, and for most candidates, we say, well, there's nothing particular that I'm not interested, right? But if you say, let's say I'm a very outgoing person, and this job, you know, doesn't use all of that my abilities, because part of that is just sitting in the office doing some data work and whatever, then I might say that, well, uh, there is one thing, I'm a relatively outgoing person. I think I would appreciate, to have more opportunity to interact with people. Um, so things like that, I would then, yeah, okay, I can talk about it. Yeah.
So maybe let's anchor with example. So let's
Mhm.
say it's a job of a research analyst. So let's say
Okay.
I need to do research on a certain industry, certain company. But at the same
Mhm.
time, after I've done the research, I need to write a report or summary of my
Right.
research finding. But let's
Right.
say I'm really, really interested in doing the research, but I'm not interested in writing up the summary. I'm very bad at writing. Then how can I deliver that? Because these two parts of the jobs complete the whole job description, right? So
Mm.
what
Mm.
if I'm really fascinated in research, but let's say if I'm bad at writing and not interested at all, then
Mm.
how can I say it to the interviewer?
Uh, I think that, given that it is such a integral part of the job, uh, if you say that there is a high risk that you won't get the job because it's so integral to it, right? Uh, so if you have to pick something, my suggestion is not pick something that is going to break the deal. Okay. Again, I'm not lying, but there may be more than one thing about a job that I'm not interested in doing. There's one of it. Pick something else that is less consequential if you really want to get the job. Okay. Um, Now, you could say that, okay, there are few parts that maybe I'm less talented at, right? So don't say you're not interested, just say that you're less talented at. Okay. Again, speak like a politician, okay? Um, because it sounds a little bit better to swallow for the guy who's listening. Okay. Uh, so for example, in some of the writing aspect, I may not be the top-notch person as much as I am if I, versus me doing the research, but I'm very confident I can, over time, um, improve and be more competent at that. But there is another element that I think I'll be a little bit less, even less talented in is sitting at long hours of, just by myself doing this thing and not having interactions. Um, but again, it's not something that is a deal breaker. It is something that if you ask me, I would just want to honestly tell you that it is not, if it was given a free choice to me, my preference would be a little bit more interaction with a lot of people. That's why the research process excites me more. But I understand it is a necessary part of the job, and I'm more than confident to tell you that I'm able to do it, and I will put my best effort to do it. Right. So, again, tell the truth, but understand that. Don't tell me something that is like a nuclear bomb. It's just going to blow your hopes up into nothing, right? But at the same time, be honest. and be transparent enough and give evidence.
I think it's a very good answer to approach this type of question. Do you have
Yeah.
something else to add, Kevin?
Yeah. No, thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.